All right, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? SoFi stock hit an all-time high today at almost $33 a share. We hit $32.73 to be exact. Then we saw a drawdown, and now we're starting to rally again as it is about, 2:30 p.m. East Coast time. So we're slowly wrapping up the day. So SoFi is on fire as the stock is finally, well, I don't want to say finally, but it's starting to digest the news from yesterday where, well, we got the news that they're incorporating crypto trading in their platform. So it's now becoming the first all-in-one, essentially. I think they're the first chartered, nationally chartered bank to do this, right? Yeah, they are. And it's an all-in-one platform. So you're gonna have your, your savings, your checkings, your loans, right? Whatever you're doing, all in, one with the crypto trading. So this is big news. The stock is moving in the midst of a red day. Well, I guess the Dow is up again. Guys, the Dow's been on fire. I mean, look, we're up another 0.75% today. Dow's up to all-time highs. 48,400 points is the all-time high. And I think we hit 48,000 for the first time ever today. So milestone for the Dow. And it's actually almost at 50,000. We're getting there, guys. Will the Dow hit 50K by the end of the year? That's the million-dollar question, but that is the next big milestone for the Dow. So we're up and away on SoFi, on the Dow. Silver's up actually a lot right now. On a side note, holy smoke, silver's up 5%. We're pushing highs on this. Gold's up over 2%. Big move on gold. And now essentially, guys, what we're noticing on a side note on the metals, they're continuing the uptrend. All that was that we saw earlier in, or I guess late October, all that was a pullback. Gold went from 4,400 to about 3,950. Healthy drawdown. Now, just like that, we're back to 4,200. So not everything's green though. It's just the Dow and the metals, right? SoFi as well, which we're going to break down here in a second. But look, QQQ's down 0.3%. SPY's down 0.1, and the Russell is as well. So we're down for the most part, and the Dow's the only green index, and SoFi is hitting all-time highs. What a freaking day, man. As again, the stock's kind of digesting this news we got yesterday, which was great news because overall, like I've been saying, people, for the most part, should have their crypto in an off storage wallet or whatever you want to call it, a cold storage wallet. They should do that, but a lot of people don't do that. They just, they trade crypto in their brokerage or here or there or whatever, and they keep it there. So the fact that SoFi is getting into this makes complete sense as crypto is growing and it's only here to stay. Sorry to break it to you if somebody out there hates crypto. You could hate crypto and all, but it's here to stay. I'm sorry to tell you, it's here to stay. But yeah, it makes complete sense. And the stock is now obviously, breaking out of the highs from the end of October. We have a golden cross. We're above these moving averages. And on the 4-hour chart, we're noticing the cup and handle that we called out is starting to play out. Not fully yet, but it's starting to play out. And I think this is the breakout that could actually take us from where we are now to the mid-30s. Like I've been saying before. I've been saying this, right? So we're noticing the cup and handle on SoFi. We popped out of it today, hit the all-time high. Now we're slightly down from that high. We're down about $1. So we've seen a drawdown intraday. But like I showed you on the intraday chart, we're starting to come back a little bit. So ideally, if the bulls could run this thing into close, that would be ideal. If we can break back over $32, close over $32, that would be very bullish. And from there, again, cup and handle, breakout, that could be playing out, and we could be going to the mid-30s. That's what I think. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I'm seeing. And the fact that we're up 2% on a day where a lot of stocks are getting hit, especially the higher volatility, tech stocks, whatever you want to call them, they're not doing that great today. Some of them at least. Sure, we have up movers like Oklo and AMD. Those have been outliers recently. But stocks like Circle down 11%, Palantir's down 5%, Tesla 2.2, Meta's down 2%, Google's down 1.7. So a lot of these big names, Microsoft's down, Amazon's down, Nvidia's down. A lot of them are down. So the fact that SoFi's up on a day like today goes to show the strength. And again, investors like the news from yesterday. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I'm super curious where your head's at. Hit that like button, by the way, if you want. Make sure to subscribe. I appreciate you all for tuning in as always. So let's go over some other stocks. So Oklo, like I've said, man, this stock defies gravity sometimes. And I guess, okay, I mean, it has gotten destroyed. It did get squashed. And then I look at it and I'm like, I was going to buy puts. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? But I literally was, but then I didn't do it. We were covering it during this time right here. I think when the stock was at 190, I was like, guys, I'm about to buy these puts. The cup and handle played out back then, and yeah, I didn't buy the puts. Now we're at 112, right? We've come down big time, and I wouldn't buy the puts now. I think it's too late. In fact, hey, if the market rips back up here, QQQ, right? The risk on quote-unquote trades get back on. The market's taking a little risk off right now. That's why tech stocks are falling, AI stocks are falling, these higher beta stocks are falling. So if we see that start to shift back, let's say with a rate cut, let's say, as we get the government reopening, I think we're going to see these higher beta, higher volatility names start to run into the end of the year. I could see it, honestly. So would I go short now? No, I think it's too late. Like I said, if anything, I would consider maybe swing trading an Oklo. As crazy as that sounds, I think arguably this, where we're at now on this pullback, if you think the market's going to run into the end of the year, if you think these higher beta names have more juice left, I think this 40% drawdown could honestly be offering an opportunity if you have a good appetite for risk. So what do you guys think about that? Oklo is looking interesting. Of course, AMD, we got news from Lisa Su last night, that AMD is essentially going to grow earnings, or grow, I think, top line by 35%, or was it AI revenue, I believe. Either way, 35% year over year for the next 3 to 5 years. So essentially she's saying there's going to be a lot more growth. So the stock's popping 5, or it was 5%. Now it's what, 7%? Holy freaking crap, man. This thing keeps going. We hit 263 earlier today. The stock hit 272 about a week or two ago. So that was the all-time high. So we're pushing, man. We're pushing back to where we were. AMD is an absolute animal, and yeah, it is one of those where I'm like, I made like 60-70% on AMD, but holy crap, should I have held it longer? It is what it is, guys, but holy crap, man, this thing keeps going, and I could see this going to all-time highs again. It's kind of looking for it based on the charts here. So AMD, Oklo, we have stocks like what else is worth mentioning here? Open Door, we haven't covered them in a while. Open Door is at $8.60 right now. It's up 2%. And this one, man, it went down to $4.80. So we're back in the 8s, the high 8s on Open Door. And it's officially up, 80% from the lows. And we're back over the moving averages. We're actually breaking through the highs here from the end of October, which is critical. So this looks like almost like a real breakout's around the corner, guys. It looks like we're almost there. Wow, this looks pretty good. So if we draw this channel out, let me show you this real quick. If we can see this, we're slowly starting to break here. Slowly but surely. Not fully, right? But, man, this thing could really go. And like I said before, if we get that risk on trade back, if we get these higher beta names to run into the end of the year, Open Door is a big runner, or it's a candidate to be a big runner. I think at least. So I think we're there. This is the kind of the inflection point, or maybe that's not the right term, but this is the spot where it could get real. We'll put it at that, or leave it at that. So I'll set my alert, might as well, at $8.75. And guys, I'm telling you, if we take that out, I think mid nines, $10 plus is where we could be going. So yeah, open door. If we, in the grand scheme of things here, man, looking back, was the easiest by the dip. I didn't really load up here. I wish I did, but hey, if you went in on open door just 3 days ago, you're up 70 to 80%. It's insane, depending on where you bought. Or even if you're up 40, 50%, that's still amazing. 20, 30% is insane. So yeah, man, stocks are moving. A lot of stocks are moving off those recent lows, but a lot of them are at points on the charts where, hey, is this breakout legit or is it a fake out? So open doors there. I'm excited to see what happens. I'll make another video on this maybe tomorrow. We'll follow up on it. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button, subscribe, join the Patreon if you guys want to keep up with what I'm doing in my portfolio, be a part of the Discord, talk to me more one-on-one. That's linked down below, pinned in the comments as well, or just go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. That's simple, guys. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you in the next video.